You know how when you're on YouTube and you're scrolling through the search results looking for something to watch and you see a great looking thumbnail and it just makes you want to click on it to watch the video? Yours don't look like that. Welcome back, everybody. It's Karin Carr teaching real estate agents how to kill it in business without killing themselves by way of YouTube. Why do I love YouTube so much? Man, I could wax poetic for the next 10 hours about why YouTube is amazing, but let's just cut to the chase and talk about your thumbnails, shall we? I review people's thumbnails on a daily basis and I see the same mistakes over and over again, so let's go through the elements that make a great thumbnail. Number one, do not let YouTube choose one of the still shots from your video as your thumbnail. You always invariably have your mouth wide open or your eyes closed or you're making a goofy expression and it looks like this. And ain't nobody needs to see that up close and personal. So don't let YouTube pick your thumbnail for you. Instead, you're going to create it yourself. Number two, you have way too much text on your thumbnail. Remember that at least 50%, if not more, people are watching your videos on their phone. If they're scrolling and they're just glancing at it from an arm's length away, and you've got a dissertation on your thumbnail, they can't read it. If they're scrolling on YouTube on their phone and they have to go get their glasses to read the text on your thumbnail, they're going to scroll right on past you, baby. They are not going to stop and watch it. You need to have very little text on your thumbnail, and the text that you do have has to be a giant font so that everybody can immediately tell what your video is going to be about. Number three, no clickbait. Do not call your video Best Neighborhoods in East Ridge Valley and then it's a listing tour. If you're going to talk about why this is a great neighborhood, you need to talk about why this is a great neighborhood. If this is a video for a specific house, yes, you can be creative with your title, but if they click on it and then they say, oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be about, and they hit the back button, you're doing a couple of things to shoot yourself in the foot. Number one, you're not getting any views on your video because YouTube doesn't count it as a view until after they've watched it for 30 seconds. So if they leave before the 30 seconds mark, it's not even counting at all. And number two, if the YouTube algorithm is consistently told that nobody likes your content because they click, they start to watch, and then they bail, then the YouTube algorithm says, nobody likes this content. I guess we're not going to have it display up and high in the search results anymore because we're getting constant feedback that nobody likes this video. Is that what you want to have happen? No, we want people to click on your video and then say, oh, where has this been all my life? The clouds part, the heavens begin to sing, and all is well in the land of your YouTube channel. So we need to make the video interesting so that they'll keep watching it the whole time and not use clickbait titles. Next, we want to have highly contrasting colors on the thumbnail. If your brand colors are beige and white, that may look very serene. It may look very elegant and calming and soothing in your office, but it's not very exciting on YouTube. And when you're competing against all of the other videos that show up in the timeline, in the search results, on the home page, what are we going to do to get them to click on your video? It has to be eye-catching. Therefore, YouTube has come right out and told us that thumbnails that have a face on them get clicked more often. Highly contrasting colors tend to attract the eye better. So make a colorful thumbnail. I'm not saying it has to be a psychedelic background, but you do want it to be contrasting with your picture that's on the thumbnail. If you are wearing a white shirt, have a black background or a red background or a bright orange background. In fact, somebody just recently told me that orange and blue were showing up as the most popular color schemes right now on YouTube. Do your own research and you tell me if that's true. And last but not least, when you put your photo on the thumbnail, you cannot be the size of an ant. If you are going to put your photo on the thumbnail, I don't want it to be your headshot. I don't want it to be you. Okay, we don't want it looking all slick and polished. Definitely not the glamour shot from 1995, which you've been meaning to update for the last 15 years, but you don't want to. You know who I'm talking about. It needs to be a picture of you that looks like you. Because when you show up to meet people in person, that's what you look like. We want to use a real, accurate picture of yourself in a very relaxed manner with an appropriate expression on your face. So for example, if your video is, how much does it really cost to buy a house? Is it appropriate for you to have a thumbnail that looks like this? Or would it be better to have a thumbnail that looks like this? Or ooh, or or you know what I'm saying? You want an expression on your face that creates a little bit of intrigue. It creates a little bit of drama and of tension that makes somebody go, I want to know what they're going to say in this video. I'm going to click and I'm going to watch it. Now, do you have to have your photo on your thumbnail? No, you do not. If you don't want to put your photo on your thumbnail, by all means, do some split testing and see in your analytics which video thumbnails get the most clicks, the ones that have your picture or the ones that don't have your picture, and then you be the judge. But if you are a hyper-local real estate agent, you kind of want to have your picture on the thumbnail because people need to get to know you if they're going to watch your channel. And if you use your picture on your thumbnail every single time, when you show up in somebody's search results, they say, oh yeah, that's right. I remember that person. I watched his videos before and I liked him. I should watch this one too. So if you've decided to put your photo on the thumbnail, you're going to make your face very large. You're not going to stand a mile away from the camera and do it from the feet all the way up. You're going to use highly contrasting colors. You're going to use very little text, and the text that is on the thumbnail is going to be a very large font so somebody does not have to go grab their glasses in order to read it. And the compelling facial expression in your picture and the title that goes along with the thumbnail is going to all invite somebody to click because they just have to know what you're going to talk about in your video. So now, how do we create this sheer work of art, you ask? I'm glad you asked, because watch this video right here where I show you step by step how you can make a killer looking thumbnail for free in my favorite program, Canva.